Welcome. I am Jacob, aka Mr. Also, and I'm joined by my partners in crime, Aaron, don't call him Aaron, he'll turn green, and Martez. We are the hosts of Saturday Morning Serial Podcast. We review and react to your favorite superhero, video game news, TV shows, and movies. I just wanted to start before we start and tell how we are that we are on all streaming platforms now. We are on Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play Music, and any other place that you can listen to podcasts. If you are guys like this kind of content, please subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on Facebook, and like us and comment because we would like to see your guys' feedback about every episode. Any questions that you have, we like to answer them. Um, and everything and all of that good sort of stuff. So how are you guys doing today?
Good, good. It's a Saturday. Wishing it was
Can't
going to
complain.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Got a lot of good stuff happened. Through in the gaming world to talk about.
Hmm. Yep. And then we got. Oh, looks like he froze a little bit there. Um, yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're probably. Oh, is he back? There you go. There you go. Or you were going in and out there, Tez, a little bit. So. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So I guess we'll get straight into it. We'll get into Loki episode 2. Um, and let's see if I could just share my screen here. Make sure that we're all on the
Test.
same page.
It's like Test still there?
Yeah, Ted's still here. You see him?
Nope, nor can I.
Let me try this.
There we go.
There we go. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna talk about Loki real quick and go from there. So they started off with a recap, obviously, and then they started off going back to 1985 at a Renaissance Fest, and they ended up going to look for the variant, the Time Force, or not Time Force, that's Power Rangers. Time Variant Agency went to uh, go back to check where a variant was, and they ended up being tricked. And we finally saw one of the first powers that the villain has, or the protagonist has, the variant has, and that's basically taking over other people's body for a temporary
Enchantment.
amount of time. Basically, yes, is enchantment.
It's
So she
called
used,
enchant, and that's important. I'll get that in a second.
and then so she ended up enchanting. Who is again? So C20 or C10?
C20.
C20, enchanting C20, and then they did a little Easter egg with "I Need a Hero" song in there, which was pretty nice. And she just basically whooped their butts until she passed out, and then she got kidnapped by the variant and didn't know where she went. Then Loki was finally uncuffed and finally realized that he's going to help out the Time Variant Agency, and basically he was doing all the research to see what the Time Variant Agency was about all the variants and all of that, and trying to understand it a little bit more. Then he got pulled in, and or he got pulled in, and they basically gave him another refresh about all the different Lokis that there were. And they showed a soccer Loki, they showed a big Hulk Loki, they showed all these different type of variants of Loki that he could have been in, which he always thinks that he's the best Loki. So no matter what these Lokis look like, nobody's better than him. So then they ended up going back to 1985 to check it out. Loki tried to be deceptive and tried to bargain with them, or basically try to hold them off and bargain with them to see if he can try to get any type of leverage, because you know how he is. He's a trickster. And his leverage was trying to say, hey, if you want my help, I need to see the time. I need to see the Time Masters. Um, and I need a one-on-one with them. Which later on, Loki would tell his the reason why he wanted to meet them face to face. But they didn't go for it, and they ended up just going back and having him research the variants to try to see what was going on, to see if he could come up with anything, since he's a Loki and they think this person's a Loki. So to see if they're going to have any type of similarity. So they went down to their library, gave him some research to do, and he figured out something that a lot of us probably didn't even think about. But if you think about time, it makes sense. So if he figured out that if you that he well he thought that the Loki was um, hiding in apocalypses, right? And if the Loki was hiding in apocalypses, the apocalypse is going to happen anyway. So he could do anything they wanted before the apocalypses, and they can. Uh,
Doesn't matter.
uh, yeah, it didn't matter because the apocalypse is still going to happen. So which kind of makes a lot of sense because if you do go back to apocalypse and they still happen, even if you take a feather from a bird, or if you steal some money, it's going to be destroyed anyway. So there's no proof of anything, and everything's going to go within its time frame anyway. It's a disaster. He did a kind of metaphorically with his with old dude's food, which was pretty funny. But yeah, what
I do
what do
like.
you what do you guys think of that theory?
It
I
makes
think
sense. It's
it's
possible. It's
yeah,
Okay.
happened.
yep. Because like you said, everybody in that area or everything in that situation is going to be basically wiped out, so it won't really have any branching effects. Um, he was smart to figure it out because, of course, it's something he would think of. So that's why
Mm-hmm.
they got him there in the first place. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I do think there are ways to mess that up. But
Mm-hmm.
since he's smart and his variant is smart, they know exactly what time frame they have to to do whatever they need to do before the apocalypse takes place. So, it was awesome. It was great to see Loki actually be Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Like be smart and the way his mind works to see it without just seeing him acting out the plan, but actually thinking about how it will work. So yeah, I thought that was sweet.
I
Mm-hmm.
like the banter between Mobius and Loki too, convincing him to go on this field trip. My favorite
Mm-hmm.
part. It's like, why would I trust you? You're gonna stab me in the back. I wouldn't stab him in the back. He stabbed
I never,
50 people in the back.
Right.
I
Right.
never do it again.
It got boring.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I do like the banter too. I mean, because it's like a battle of wits, right? It's like oh yeah, I thought I could one up you. It's like yeah, you think you can one up me, but I know you more than you know yourself, right? So yeah, it's pretty funny. I do like the Pompeii where Loki could basically be himself, and when he knew everybody's gonna die anyway, so he just basically did everything he could just to make sure he could prove his point, but also be himself at the same time and cause a little chaos, right? Before the real chaos happened. Yeah. So they went like it's like we were saying they went back to Pompeii, right before the volcano erupted, and and he basically proved his point. So with that, um, they went on the bigger mission to try to catch um, this the variant, right? So, but after they went on this mission, they found out that the variant was hiding in a department store,
Rock
and
smart.
where a big Rocksmart, where a big hurricane was happening. So then they ended up finding, or the variant was there. The variant ended up using enchantment on different types of bodies, and this is where it gets really interesting because Loki ex- tries to separates himself from the group from the time variant agency, and he ends up finding the enchantress. Well, the body that the variant was in, right? The enchantor, and um, and they would he was having dialogue back and forth, basically trying to being wanting up him, like, yeah, I'm the best Loki, and they were like, yeah, it has nothing to do with you, everything like that. He was basically trying to figure out his plan. Loki ended up telling the variant his plan, where he was trying to take over the time variant agency by meeting the timekeepers, and trying to take over him so he could have all the power, because obviously he found out that, or he figured out himself, that this is the most ultimate power, and that's controlling the timeline. So, which I don't know if that makes sense, because doesn't they don't control the timeline, they just sift through it, don't they?
Hmm.
That's debatable, and that's the point.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, it's debatable because there are cosmic beings that exist on a higher level than them. We haven't been introduced to yet, at least not in the
Hmm.
MCU. And if you go by Loki's theory, which I happen to think he's right,
Hmm.
it's all a front.
Yeah, yeah. And
It's all
that's
fake.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's
That,
one of the
So,
biggest theories that's going through, that is that there's like the Oz, like the Wizard of Oz. There's somebody behind the curtain controlling the
mm,
strings, but it's a real person.
hey, dang.
Right. So, so yeah. So then, after all the shenanigans went on, um, we they revealed who the variant is, and it's very confusing to some people, um, and to me too a little bit, because you can say it's Lady Loki, but just the way how she's dressed, but because of her powers and what was on the variant not blueprint sheet that Loki was looking at, her name was Enchantress, and what was her real name, is Sylvia, um,
Sylvie.
Sylvie, yeah, Sylvie, which could was it, that was Loki's daughter's name, right, or no?
No, Loki created
the
her with the
name.
powers.
That's the name.
Oh,
Yep, the
Lady,
name of
the
the
action.
Enchantress.
Lady
Yeah,
Enchantress, right? So
and
Hmm.
and 616, real Lady Loki gave Sylvie her powers.
right, right. And they casted her as Lady Loki, right? The lady who was playing her.
They still don't have a name next to her.
They
Okay.
they haven't said so.
Mm-hmm.
Here's how I feel about it because
Mm-hmm.
we're there now.
Right.
I feel like they've pulled an ego with her, and what I mean by that is they've combined two concepts into one. I do think she's a Loki variant, but I do also think that she is the Enchantress.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like in that timeline or whatever variation she is, instead of just being Loki Laufey's son, she is Sylvie. Probably I don't know if it would be Laufey's son or Laufey S
Mm-hmm.
or something. But she, look at her hair. You know, she's
Yeah.
blonde. That's the Enchantress, man. Look at her power set. You know, that's what she did in the book. I feel like she's the Enchantress. You know, much like Ego. Ego wasn't a celestial in the comic books. He was just a planet. You know, he also
Mm-hmm.
wasn't Peter's father. He was just
Mm-hmm.
a planet, a
Mm-hmm.
sentient planet. But they combined two concepts into one for the MCU. He's both Peter's father and he's a celestial planet, and it works. You know, I think
Mm-hmm.
that's what they're doing here too. I think she's both the Enchantress and a variant of Loki, and that can work easily too because they got close ties anyway. So
Well,
Yeah,
Loki's last name was on the paperwork, so that's probably why they thought it was a Loki, because it said her first name and Loki's last name.
Laufeyson,
Yes.
because
So
people from Asgard are so creative.
right.
well, that I haven't got a chance to confirm it yet, but apparently the Philippines did screw up with the credit scene and actually put Sylvie next to her name. So, uh,
mm,
based on that, I kind of have a slight theory that then they might do some sort of variation that after what happened to Loki in our timeline, they actually was reborn as a Lady Loki, but he was a little bit bitter and gets her. Whoever happens way in the future gets her, give her powers, and sending her off as a decoy.
mm, mm.
That could be a dope too.
Hmm.
Yeah, but but then it's interesting, because then after they announced it, they showed what she was trying to do, and she was basically making all these variants, or she just made a whole bunch of branches in the timeline which they could not handle. They didn't. I don't think they have enough agents for to handle. So she basically used all their weapons against them, and she basically made a whole bunch of branches on the timeline. and that's basically where we left off. Oh, and then Loki dipped off with her,
Yep.
right? He,
So that's what
yeah,
he does.
yeah,
So,
and go ahead.
congratulations! You just saw the beginning of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, because most of those branches are going to redline and become permanent because they don't have,
Hmm.
like you said, they don't have time or enough resources to go stop them all.
Yeah, and that's probably too, but probably in my theory why Kang, if Kang is not the main protagonist here, right? This is probably where he gets irritated because you know what I mean. Because it's like, hold on, what the hell is going on? Why? I'm supposed to be messing stuff up, but now you're messing up the whole timeline that I'm in, right? So
Well,
yeah.
if they stick to that one point in the comics, he's already irritated because of Ant Man
Yeah.
in the quantum realm. That's his.
Hmm.
That's his home.
Yeah.
That's his
Yeah.
place. And
Yeah.
besides, we still
Yeah.
don't know who was trying to hold the Wasp. Because remember, she said that somebody was trying to capture and hold her there. Well, it was
Hmm.
Kang the whole time.
Leaning
Yeah.
toward Kang because, like you said, that's his domain. We saw what's supposed to be his little city if you pay attention when they was in the quantum realm. So,
Hmm.
you know, some say it could just be a little Easter egg. Some say, nope, this is confirmation.
Hmm.
I lean toward confirmation in the sense that Marvel always revisits stuff like that. Everything has a purpose. They don't just throw stuff out
Hmm.
there for no reason. Everything
Right.
ends up having a purpose later on. So, I definitely think Kang, or at least Kang's subordinates, were trying to get her while she was down there. I think he's involved in this mess too. He might even be the main big bad behind this lady Loki, who just did this. Because
Hmm.
it's so early to drop this kind of bomb. It's so early. This is stuff. This is like mid-season stuff that we got this second episode. You know, for the whole this conflict to be arising, but it's happened now. So usually that means okay, this is not the big bad. This is the face, but there's somebody behind this face, and that's what I think. I think it's somebody behind her.
I think that I think they did it so early because they want to probably show the big bad, but at the same time, I think they really want to have us question the TBA, right? To where okay, the TBA is portrayed as good guys here, but are they, right? And even Loki's making us question that, right? Like, are what is what they're doing the right thing, or are there is the TBA real? Is there somebody behind the scenes, right? Or even if the time masters do exist, does them having this power or keeping one timeline, is that even right too? You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that they did it just to throw us a curveball so we can try to say, okay, this is the person right here. This is Lady Loki. She's the protagonist. All right, so now you guys know. Or she's probably gonna do a whole flip, and she's really the good guy, and they're trying to take down the real bad guy, right? So
That's
Mm.
cool too. That's
yeah.
possible. Or they might pull, and I hate to even quote a movie this bad, but they might be pulling a Mortal Kombat Annihilation where the TVA stands as the Elder Gods, and one of them is a asshole,
Hmm.
and one of
Mm.
them
Hmm.
is a bad guy.
Hmm.
One of them is AKA Shinnok, even though that's not. One of them is playing the Shinnok role, and is not so good. So we're fighting the power. Either way, like I said, TVA, well, not the TVA specifically, but the time keepers or time lords, whatever they're supposed to be,
Hmm.
I'm not with it. I don't
Yeah.
believe it.
Hmm.
Because anytime it's a faceless entity in, Marvel, then that entity is always turns out to be something else.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Unless Ren Slayer, the only one that can speak to him too.
Right. And that is a very interesting point because she is Kang's love interest in the
Mm-hmm.
comic books.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
So it goes back to something that we was talking about last time. That one in the middle does look a lot like Kang.
Mm-hmm.
That might be the reason she be talking to him. Like, hey baby,
Mm-hmm.
this is what they
Or,
want.
or all
Yeah.
three of them could be Kang. All three of them, because remember the
That is
Council of
possible too.
Kangs. The
Because
Council of
Kang know
Kangs.
Kang, Kang. Two people in Marvel history have pulled off this kind of thing. Kang and Reed Richards.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a
I,
whole council of nothing but them from different timelines,
yeah, remember that's Reed's descendant.
Yes,
That's
and
Kang
from
that's
is
Daniel
Reed's
actually
Richards.
descendant.
Reed's
It's
descendant.
it's
Yep.
in the blood, because Reed
Mm-hmm.
Richards is a lot of comic, and this is comic book fan stuff right here, but
Mm-hmm.
Reed Richards is kind of an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's supposed to be the hero, but he has done some terrible things, and one of these things came to bite everybody in the butt, and that was the whole Council of Reeds thing. A bunch of Reeds from different timelines got together, and the majority of them were evil, and all kinds of stuff
Mm-hmm.
went wrong. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and like you say, one of your descendants, Kang, doing the same exact thing. You got it's like a legion of Kangs. They all could be Kang. You're right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Possibilities are endless. I can't wait.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's where we end episode 2. So I'm guessing those are the theories, right? Yeah. What are the theories for next episode? I think that I'll start. I think that him and Enchantress is going, or Loki and the Enchantress is going to have a long talk. It's going to
Yeah,
be a long talk, and she's just basically going to take him through the timelines and just say, "Hey, this is the reason why I'm doing this shit
yeah.
or this stuff."
This is the what was it, the fourth or fifth episode of WandaVision where we get answers. This is the answers
Mm-hmm.
episode.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not expecting any action. It's just going to be, hey, this is what this boils down to.
Right. Oh, and also another thing I have to point out too. I think the next episode is where we see them on top of the water, where I thought they was talking to Black Widow, but he wasn't. I think he's actually going to be talking to her because her head is turned and her hair looks exactly the same as that little flash where he was talking to Black Widow.
Yeah.
So.
And I feel like they're in some kind of pocket dimension that she has access to. That's why they can't find her. When she's not
Hmm.
doing stuff, I think she got a pocket dimension on deck that she goes to, and that's where he followed her to. And she can be like, well,
Hmm.
listen, TVA don't know where we at right now. It might even be the in between, which that's a place in between realities in the multiverse. That's where you get your Schumer go rafts and stuff like that. So it might be in the in between where they hanging out, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna give you the full lowdown, bro, so you understand, and you gonna want to be with me by the end of this conversation."
And you
So
mentioned
Well, where was the Soul Stone? Was that nowhere or
Vormir.
Vormir?
that was on
Yeah,
Vormir. Yep, but Vormir exists in reality. So
That I
in the
know
place
that,
they're at right now.
but
Oh,
can she
oh,
go
okay.
to
It does
Volmir
look like it.
would it not be found because nobody else goes there?
yeah. She did send a reset charge there in 20. She sent the reset
She
charge
did send a
to
research charge there.
Yes,
2301.
That's that is interesting
Yeah, she
because
sent a
that's
because
where it
reset
looks like
charge
they were
in
sitting.
2004. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it looks like they were sitting in that small trailer, and there's no reason for people to go to Volmir, none at all. Unless you, if the Soul Stones don't exist, or nobody knows about the Soul Stone, there's no reason for somebody to go to Volmir at all.
Yeah, I'm wondering why she sent the time bomb also to Titan 1982. She wiped out Titan
Mm-hmm.
in 1982.
Mm-hmm.
So, no
yeah,
fan
she
of.
she did some interesting stuff. Yeah, I wonder.
I
She
kind of
messed up
think
a
I
lot of
kind of
stuff.
well, I don't think she really messed anything up. I mean, in my opinion, she probably just trying to find the best place to hide. Right? Why not go to Titan after it's destroyed? You know what I mean?
See,
Like,
but the thing about Loki's is hiding is only temporary. They
mm-hmm,
only hide long enough to do stuff. They like to make statements, and they like to make statements in front of a lot of people, and they want you to know it was them. I
mm-hmm,
feel like every place that she dropped something was for a specific reason to mess something up in a specific way. And
mm-hmm,
at the end of the day, except for in her case, because I do think, like I said, she's being motivated and pushed by somebody else. But Loki's main motivation at the end of the day, no matter what, is to rule something.
Mhm. Mhm.
So if I think all of these are puzzle pieces or chess pieces, more specifically, to move in order for him to have rule over something. We
Mhm.
still haven't got around to seeing that variant where he was ruling Asgard.
Mhm.
Uh, I think all of these factors may have something to do with them being on top.
Mhm.
And but in the end, so we'll find out in the next episode because she's gonna lay all that shit out to him
Yeah. Hopefully. Hopefully.
if he open to it.
If he's open to, I mean, he's definitely gonna be open to it because he was already trying to bargain with her. He was like, "Yeah, join me. I'm about to take over the time for us." But it seems like she has all the power. She fucking made all those timelines,
Hmm.
right? So she has way more power than him. He basically had to get away with her. So
And like they
But the
say,
thing
each.
about
Go ahead.
oh no, Loki, he gonna be like, okay, so that whole enchantment spell, I didn't learn that. Where'd you learn that from? Try
hmm
to learn that real quick. And at the end of the day, aside from that enchantment spell, the only thing she had more than him was resources. It took her a long time to get all them resources. She had to
hmm
jump through different timelines, kill TVAs, and steal their shit over and over and over again till she accumulated enough to do that. In theory, he could have did the same thing. It just would have
hmm
took the same amount of time. So right now, she only got one chip that he don't have, and that's that enchantment ability.
hmm
He trying to take resources from her so he could be the best Loki. Because at the end of the day, that's what he want.
his
He want to be the
ego.
best Loki.
Yep,
Ego. It's
exactly.
all ego.
Yep.
It's
hmm
all ego. It always has been and always will be.
Yep. All right. So, any more theories or anything that before we move on?
No, I just want to see Doctor Strange just show up and say, "What did you do?"
We've been waiting. We've been waiting for him to show up since WandaVision.
I would like for them to be on Vormir so they could talk to Red Skull. That would be dope.
hmm
Just because it would be funny. He'd be like, "Oh,
Right.
Loki, son of Laufey, and Loki, son of Laufey, daughter of Laufey. What are
right.
y'all? Are y'all here for the time? Are y'all here for the Soul Stone? No, no, we're not. We just here to talk. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll just float over here then.
Right. I mean, I don't. I think he just stays on that rock. Like I don't even think he moves off the rock. So
You
yeah,
don't.
yeah,
Yeah,
That
yeah. All
sucks.
bets are off. We have a multiverse now.
yeah. We do. Do have a multiverse.
One of
We
those
That's
thought.
so
multiverses has
exciting.
X Men
That's
Yeah.
so exciting.
and shitty Marvel movies.
yeah.
Not so
It happens.
exciting.
We need excuses for the shitty Marvel movies. So that's what the multiverse is. All right. So now we're about to get into E3, or basically all the video game announcements that happened over the week. We're not going to go over all of them because a lot of them we're really not interested in, but some of them we are. So the ones that we are interested in, we're going to now or either go over because already been announced. If there's any trailers or anything, we can skim through them, anything like that. But first thing first, the biggest announcement I think for at least me and basically PlayStation or not PlayStation fans. I'm sorry, Tez, because they're coming out. Bethesda's coming out with Starfield, which is a game that was based off. Sorry, that was from the creators of Fallout and Skyrim, and it's basically a RPG in space. Um, and it's coming out in 2022 in November. Right before Christmas. uh, and you go into space, and you're basically going around and collecting materials, building weapons, the same thing you would do in any other Fallout or Oblivion game or whatever it's called. So, where do you guys think like this game's gonna go? Are you gonna be traveling through planets? Is it gonna be on one planet? Is it gonna just have a couple moons? What do you guys think the direction they're gonna go with this game?
I'm thinking they're gonna go with multiple planets, forge your own path, and that type of thing. Avoid that was left by Mass Effect.
I think the same thing. When it says multiple planets, you're not gonna have full planets. to explore. They're gonna have sections off because you gotta have the rendering capability to have a whole planet that you go to. And you see what
Hmm.
happened with the last game that tried that.
Hmm.
It's literally nothing to do on some planets. You just get there and there's nothing to do. But
But,
Andromeda,
but
even though people, you know,
mhm.
they pan it did it well to me. It just story wise is where Andromeda locked, but going from different planets and collecting resources, building up stations, stuff like that. I think that's done well in that, and they got the potential and the resources and the technology to make a really good game where you go from planet to planet, explore, find resources, and start to build colonies.
Hmm.
And you know
So
what? And you know what? I'm excited because if this does well, that means we can keep them away from Fallout and get Obsidian back when they're done with Outer Worlds 2 to start doing Fallout again. The
Yeah.
original creators of Fallout.
Right. Do we want another Fallout though? If this is great, do we want another one of these?
yeah,
Yeah, I love New
yeah,
Vegas.
you got to have another Fallout because that Fallout is a set franchise that has infinite potential. All you got to do is change the city
Hmm.
because
Yeah,
every game is a different city
Hmm.
during this dystopian time. So
Hmm.
let's do, and it's gonna be controversial. Let's do Fallout Detroit.
Oh
Let's do
wow.
Fallout Detroit. Let's do Fallout Detroit because it's a big enough city, and it's a city of industry. So at the
Hmm.
time when the apocalypse takes place in the Fallout universe,
In the
Detroit was a
50s.
city of industry.
Right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So we would have been the main place where these flying or souped up cars was coming from. We got Fago, so we would have been making that Nuka Cola shit.
Hmm.
And it would be an interesting game to me.
Hmm.
Fallout Detroit. You know, it's
Okay.
showtime.
Right. Right. Right.
But it's so many major cities in the U.S. that they could do. So
Right.
far what we got Boston,
Las
Vegas, which
Vegas.
was arguably the best, depending on who you ask, because I like that game tremendously.
Hmm.
yes.
Um, you know, uh, I can't remember the city from Fallout 3, but
The Pit. That was it Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh, I think. Yeah. So
Yep, the
at the
Pit.
end of the day, and the first two games was in the same city, weren't they?
I think so. Can't remember off the top of my
So
head.
it's hundreds of major cities in America that they could choose from, and it don't even have to change the timeline. They could still take place at
Hmm.
the same time, different city. You have a whole new Fallout game with whole new
Hmm.
problems, different people, and still have the same world and the same type of events, but be amazing still because all you got to do is rely on good writers, and they always seem to have good writers. Even the last game, well, not 76, but Fallout 4. Even though I felt that it was short if you just stuck to the story, like most RPGs,
Hmm.
um, it still was incredibly interesting. Spoilers to
Hmm.
anybody who haven't finished Fallout 4 uh, since a decade, but you get frozen, in your cryo sleep. They kidnap your child and kill
Hmm.
your wife, and then you get
Hmm.
frozen again. When you
Hmm.
wake up, you don't even know how many years have passed. It's been so long that your child is now grown and
Hmm.
running an organization, the very
Hmm.
organization that kidnapped them, in fact. That's
Hmm.
amazingly interesting. You know,
Hmm.
you've been looking for your son this whole game. You're thinking that they're going to be like a teenager or a kid. No, they're 60. Okay.
Hmm.
They're a senior citizen now. You're
Hmm.
younger than your son.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
amazing. That's what I'm talking about. And
Hmm.
that's the kind of potential you got with Fallout because
Okay.
it's serious enough that you can tell stories like that, but it's also laid back and silly enough that you can have a vault full of clones of one guy who only can say their name.
Right. 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 Yeah.
So yeah, I'm with Aaron. We need another Fallout game, bro.
All
Because
right.
All,
76 was extremely
You convinced
disappointing.
me. You
yeah,
convinced me.
although Fallout 4's plot was kind of stolen from Star Hunter, one of my favorite sci-fi shows, but okay.
It was
I
it was
highly,
from what?
Star Hunter.
Oh
Well, yeah, if you
wow,
have
that's
not
funny.
seen Star Hunter, yeah, watch Star Hunter 2032. It's like the second season, and the whole show is about a bounty hunter trying to get his kid back. And the second season, you find out your kid is running the bounty hunter guild that kidnapped him in the first place. So, yeah.
Mm.
That's dope. I love it. Yep. They probably stole it directly from that
Yeah, I
because
Yeah,
mean,
sure.
like I said, I
yeah,
mean, how many stories are there's plenty of stories out there like that. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
sure.
There's only so many ways you can tell a story.
Mhm.
So, so the next next game that they announced was Forza 5. If you guys are interested in racing games, probably one of
There
the
you
best racing
go.
games. Yeah, Forza is probably one of the best racing games out, especially exclusive for Xbox. And they basically are upgrading the game for in 4K for the new game, and it looks amazing. By the way, it's looks breathtaking. The most realistic racing game I've seen since what Gran Turismo, and that was on PlayStation. So, but yeah, it's that's gonna that they announced that, and that's gonna be free on Game Pass for everybody who is interested in that. And
They
then
also
next, oh,
they also
go ahead.
announced Forza 8 also.
Oh, Forza 8, yeah. If you guys don't know, Forza has two franchises. They have the Horizon franchise and a regular Forza regular racing, which Forza Horizon is more like Need for Speed or something where it's more open world. But Forza Horizon is like that, but regular Forza is more, um, what's it called? Organized racing, right?
Simulation.
Yeah, simulation racing.
so if you guys like going in circles, there you go.
Yep, Forza Motorsport 8. That's pretty good.
Right. Something that's not NASCAR. You go for Forza 8. All right, so next we'll go with Nintendo, and they had one of the biggest reveals, and that was
Let's
Metroid.
go.
Yep, they
Let's
finally come out
go.
with another Metroid game,
Yep.
and it's gonna be side scroll, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it takes place after Metroid 4 Fusion, and that's
Mm-hmm.
all I've been wanting since 2002.
Man, that
Mm-hmm.
such a good game. Such a good game,
Mm-hmm.
especially
Fusion.
considering it was a mobile game. It was
Mm-hmm.
amazing. The story was amazing. And
Mm-hmm.
this being a direct sequel to that is what Metroid fans have been wanting for since it came out, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you
Yeah,
know, it's
and
go
I
ahead,
know
Eric.
the storyline
This your
is
baby.
just yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
just because I know after what happened in Metroid Fusion, she's never going to be the same again. That's the whole thing about Fusion. The suit is now literally a part of her due to a
Mm-hmm.
virus that she got. So yeah, I want to see how the storyline is going to play out. Her personality now, the changes that
Yeah,
she's
cause
part Metroid also.
yeah, and there's nothing like having a having surviving what she survived
Mm-hmm.
because that was some scurry shit, boy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't remember. Look, I remember feeling, but when you heard that music and you saw that suit, you're like, oh shit, where am I about to
Mm-hmm.
hide? That
Mm-hmm.
game is amazing, bro. And you
Mm-hmm.
sitting there playing it like this, but you are completely involved in what's going on, and the
Mm-hmm.
fact that they got it back to its old school roots, even though it's the new age technology is 3D and all that, but the fact that it is still traditional side scrolling, it's amazing. I think that
Mm-hmm.
is fantastic.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
I
I'm
got
excited
nothing
for it.
but good things to say about this game.
And
Yep.
don't
Yep.
worry, they said they're still working on Metroid Prime 4, so all you Metroid Prime
I don't
fans
even
out there.
care. I don't even care because this is what I've been looking for. It's a
Mm-hmm.
mix of the old and the new, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
sequel to one of the best Metroid games of all time. I'll take it.
Of course,
Mm-hmm.
I want them to do this with Castlevania, personally.
Oh yeah,
it's
Castlevania. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it's Konami. Don't hold your breath.
Yeah, yeah, I won't because they just know how to make the worst decisions.
Yeah. Yeah. And Metroid 5 comes out October 5th, right? This year. So yeah, and if you don't have a Switch, sorry because it's really hard to get one right now. So.
So check it out. Listen, you said it come out October 5th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so listeners, my birthday is October 11th. This would be a great birthday gift for me. The timing
Oh.
is right. Just saying.
Yeah, so yeah, that's Metroid, and then so next game that Nintendo announced is for who those who's interested in Mario Party Superstars.
The friendship
They're
killer.
the friendship killer,
AKA
right?
AKA RNG Generator 5.
Right. Yeah. So
RNG.
they're going to be bringing in all of the old maps, and I believe the mini games too, from all the older games, and also all the characters. So it's going to be a lot of nostalgia, especially if you played the first Mario Party on Nintendo 64. And but also it's going to be a lot of fun because a lot of those older mini games were really really fun, and a lot of people grew up with Mario Party, and I'm excited to bring that over my couple of my friends' house and play it because it's like I said, I really enjoyed. There's a hundred. This is 100 mini games from the series.
Mhm.
That's a lot of mini games. So but yeah, I think
Uh,
I hope they add some new stuff to it too, and everything. But yeah, Mario Party is definitely one of my favorite games.
mhm.
The question is
So,
this:
hmm
what will ruin a friendship faster? Monopoly, Uno, or Mario Party?
I'm going Mario Party because when you steal that star, it's game over, man. Don't
yes,
touch my stars.
especially when you're not playing against a computer, like you don't have a computer character in there, and it's just one of
Hmm.
your friends stealing your stars. It gets really really competitive, and stealing stars hurts. Stealing
It
coins hurt a
does.
little bit, but stealing
Cause
stars hurts. Especially when you're like two spaces away from one and somebody just automatically just gets gets that space in front of you. But or when they have to choose somebody to pull a star from, right? So yeah, especially people
uh,
that it takes a hard time to get stars. So yeah. Uh,
WarioWare.
Yeah, so yeah, and Mario Party. Oh, that's WarioWare. Yeah, but yeah, Mario Party is getting a reboot, to bit of refresh. Mario Party Superstars will be out 10/29, so October 29th. All right, and then after that, another exciting one they had was or they announced it was the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and which is not a confirmed name yet. So it's not Breath of the Wild 2. It's going to be named something different, but they named it that just for right now because they don't want to spoil it or or get people the wrong name, I guess. Right?
I said the title will clearly spoil it, so they
Okay.
don't want to
Okay.
reveal the title yet. Which is why
Mm-hmm.
I think that they're jumping on the multiverse train. Because the way the
Mm-hmm.
first one, yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
think we're finally going to get the various links in all the other Zelda games.
Okay.
are they gonna pull a Doctor Who?
A Doctor Who.
Yeah, there's episodes of Doctor Who where multiple doctors have
Oh.
to work together, and at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, it's the same guy essentially
Mm-hmm.
reincarnated.
Mm-hmm.
With Doctor Who franchise. Now, granted, it's more complicated than that because of the nature of his race, but Link, as you know, is Link. It's the same
Right.
guy reincarnated over and over and over again. So if it's
Right.
multiversal, then it's like Doctor Who. It would be, a bunch of the same dude working together to handle a threat that obviously one of them couldn't handle. I would like that
Right.
because,
Right.
it's interesting. So
Right.
I'm with it. I just recently finally played, still not to completion, but I just played my first Zelda game,
Mm-hmm.
and it was Linked to the Past,
Okay.
and I'm a fan now. I've always
Okay.
been trying to become one, but I've never had a
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo console long enough to be one, and
Mm-hmm.
now uh, I'm here, so I'm looking forward to it, man.
That's good. That's good. Always, Zelda's always been a great franchise, just because of its mysticalness itself. But it is they always had good stories and always been really fun to play. So hopefully you can play more than that one and get into more of the franchise. My favorite one is obviously Ocarina of Time, and then I really liked Wind Waker and Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. I really like those too, and always the original. But
Yeah.
those are those are good
Yeah.
games.
Although I still think Link is stupid every time I beat the Twilight Princess. Like, you passed up on that, Link.
Hey man,
Like,
can't
forget
question his
Zelda.
decision again.
Yeah, what, you wouldn't have good with that after you seen her true form. Sorry, Ted,
That's
a little bit of a spoiler.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm
Spoiler
sure you
alert.
already seen Midna by now.
Yeah,
Hmm.
enough cosplayers and unfortunately enough Rule 34 for everybody to have seen her at this point.
Right.
But yeah,
All right.
I mean, but you can't blame the man for making bad decisions. He can't even talk.
All
Nah.
right. So before we go to the bad, we'll go with Martez's game that he wants to talk about, Elden Ring, and which is this is like another Dark Souls game, right?
Made
um,
by From Software and Bandai
Yeah.
Namco. It is
Mm-hmm.
going to be so much more
Oops,
than
my
that
bad.
though because of the creators behind it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Story wise, in fact, I'm just gonna let this ride for a second because it's important. This right here is the most important thing, right
mm-hmm.
there. George R. R. Martin and Hideaki
Mm-hmm.
Miyazaki,
Mm-hmm.
story extraordinaires. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Miyazaki is so cold with writing that he told 3 games stories with nothing but item descriptions.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you figure out the
Wow.
story in all three
Oh
Dark
yeah,
Souls
yeah,
games is
yeah.
item
Mm-hmm.
descriptions.
Mm-hmm.
There is nobody sitting there dumping exposition. The characters that you meet have their own individual motivations, and they're not going to tell you everything about what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
because that's when you meet somebody in real life, you meet a stranger, they'll say to you, "Hey, I am on a quest to do this, and you should join me, and we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna save the world. You go save the world." They just say, "Hey, yeah, man, I'm on a journey. Um, you know, I got a lot of stuff to do. It's nice to meet you." And that's what happens in the game. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got George R. R. Martin, who we all know is amazing at writing,
Mm-hmm.
especially
Mm-hmm.
medieval fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're gonna actually get a game that combines those two elements, and
Mm-hmm.
we're probably going to get a story that's going to be more traditional when it comes to the cohesiveness of it, and it should be actually storytelling in a more traditional way, but you're going to get all
Mm-hmm.
the elements that made the Dark Souls games gameplay great, because from a gameplay standpoint they're simple but they're difficult
Mm-hmm.
because they're fair,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people don't think that the games are fair, and but they're fair. That's
Mm-hmm.
the problem. We have become so desensitized or so spoiled by games making us gods in
Mm-hmm.
the game. You're a space marine, or you're a super soldier. No, you are whatever you started as. You want to be a
Mm-hmm.
knight? Okay, you're a knight, and that's
Mm-hmm.
it. You're just a regular knight, and the things you're facing happen to be more threatening than that. So it's
Mm-hmm.
fair. If I'm a
Mm-hmm.
knight and I'm fighting a dragon, it's not going to be a cakewalk. It's a dragon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I feel like we're going to get that same level of skill and difficulty with this game, especially looking at the trailer. But we're
Mm-hmm.
going to actually get a story that's told in a way where a lot more fans will be able to digest it, and it's going to bring more fans over to the From Software hype train, because they'll not only get a game that's difficult but extremely rewarding when you succeed in these challenges, like a Ninja Gaiden, for example.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
it's going to actually have a story where you're like, oh, okay, I can follow this,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because a lot of people have beaten Dark Souls games and didn't know what the hell happened story wise. Well, I
Right.
beat the
Right.
game, but I don't know what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I lit a fire because you're reading the item descriptions. How many people read item descriptions in games anyway, besides the
Not many.
stats?
Not many people. Not at all. I play Destiny and they have story on every weapon. I don't read the stories at all.
Because
So
most of the time it's just flavor text. Oh, this is
yeah.
the sword of Asgard. It was forged by a god.
But it's
All you
actually
care about is
lore.
that it had.
right, but it's actually
And
lore,
and
and I still don't read
and this
it.
and
Yeah.
these games
Mhm.
that's everything is lore,
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
you pick up a sword, this is the sword of such and such, the uh he was the son of Lord Gwyn, who
Mhm.
banished him for sharing secrets with mankind. Guess
Mhm.
what, you're gonna fight that guy later,
Mhm.
and that
Mhm.
item description might tell you something that you need to win, like, oh yeah, these guys coveted this kind of magic. Oh, okay, what's the opposite of that magic? Is this. Okay, so you use
Mhm.
that in the fight. And guess what? He's weak to it because the
Mhm.
item told you that, you know.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that's Dark Souls 1 through 3. Bloodborne,
Mhm.
not so much because Bloodborne is a lot more upfront with the story. And I think that's what's going to happen here. But most
Mhm.
importantly, above all of that, like I said, is the gameplay. Even looking at the
Mhm.
trailer, it looks sweet. There's new elements. You got a mount. You never had a mount before.
Right.
This guy's dancing all around the screen. It's not stiff. It's
Mhm.
badass looking, bro. We've been
Mhm.
waiting on this game for years with no
Yeah.
news. You wait for games for
Yeah.
years, and it's like, oh, I get a trailer here. We'll get a little article here. It's like we had a teaser trailer and haven't heard shit till now,
Yeah. I
and that
really,
was it.
I really do like this. I really do like this game. How it looks, especially from the trailer. I always loved their character design, their character model designs in all their games. They're amazing. Um, they're so unique, right? They don't look the same, and yeah, even their dragons look amazing too. So, this is definitely a game I'm going to get. I haven't played all of the Dark Souls, but I think this one is definitely going to be one that that I'm going to pick up.
Well, in a way, this is a good segue to the not so disappointing games, but somewhat slightly disappointing. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin. You seen that trailer yet?
No, I haven't. I can pull it up.
Hmm.
You said Final
All I see
Stranger
when I
of
look at
Paradise.
Stranger of Paradise.
Okay,
all I see when I look at that last trailer is stuff that I can't wait to kill.
Stranger of Paradise.
yeah, I gotcha.
There you go. Yeah.
It's gonna be because that's how you. If you're a From Software fan, that's what you're looking for. Is that
Mm-hmm.
challenge?
Mm-hmm. So
Uh oh.
this is Final Fantasy Origins, the first Final Fantasy game, and this one's gonna be in 3D this time, right? Not 2D, how the original one was, right?
No, it's a action game from Team Ninja
Mm-hmm.
Guy.
Mm-hmm.
It
Why he
takes
look like
place.
Wesker's son?
He does look like Wesker, so I hope
And
I don't
this,
get copyrighted for doing this, but I'm gonna play the audio, see if we can see
oh
something
no,
out of it.
yeah, yeah, you're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh. That's all I can say.
Wow.
Chaos. You gotta stop chaos.
I was about to say, why does it look like Final Fantasy characters? But I forgot this is Final Fantasy. That Team Ninja threw me all the
They
way
use,
off.
Hmm.
but they using that engine. So
Yeah.
And they're working in the Ninja Gaiden mechanics.
Sorry, I gotta switch the quality.
It's like I wouldn't mind it being uh, being a Final Fantasy game, but the aesthetics and everything they could have switched up a little bit because I don't see this taking place during the first Final Fantasy game.
Is this going to be on Nintendo?
It's supposed to be on PS5.
Oh, okay. Because
but don't forget,
it looks like it
Yeah,
doesn't. It looks like it's supposed to be on
that's
360.
that's one of the
cause,
criticisms so far.
cause don't forget, Switch can handle the frame rate. They got them
Yeah,
Bayonetta games.
yeah, I
So,
know that, but it looks like it's on that or the 360.
oh yeah, it does kind of have that 360. That's harsh.
I'm just saying.
It do
I
got
mean,
that
there's
360 gloss though. I know.
yeah,
I get what you're saying.
and there's like nothing in the background at all. Unless this is just they're just showing us gameplay from something that's not fully rendered.
The demo's
But
out, so from what I saw
Yeah,
from the demo, from what people played, it's like okay, I get it. It's
I,
rough around the edges, but
it's like all the
I'm
rooms are
thinking
empty.
they're dropping environment and some of that stuff for the frame rate for right now
Mm, mm,
because it's just moving fast, and it's
mm,
moving smooth. There's no chop to it, but it's ugly. So
yeah, it's ugly. It doesn't
we'll
look that
see. We'll
great.
see when it drop. We'll see when it drop.
For it to be
But
on
also, like I said,
PS5,
we're
Xbox,
spoiled.
PC. No, no, but for it to be on all of that, have you seen how Final Fantasy 13 looks? I mean, not 13.
15.
15 looks. Like, come on.
Yeah,
Like, there's no reason why it doesn't look better than that or on par.
You have to remember that that's in house. They want the Team Ninja, so who knows how much
Oh,
experience they have.
I think they
yeah.
still just getting it together, man. Like when they drop, it'll look better. I hope.
Mhm.
Yeah,
We
I
thought that
heard.
about
Yeah, I
Marvel vs.
heard some
Capcom
mess about
Infinite
the.
too.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
heard some mess about the Ninja Gaiden collection. I haven't had a chance to check that out yet, but yeah, some questionable stuff in there, but in terms of graphics. So,
Oh, really?
hmm
Well, I guess, yeah.
I'm gonna
I
have to get
mean,
on that because
everything
I
can't
haven't
be great. Yeah. Is it
I
out?
haven't killed Alma in a
yeah,
long time.
Oh, I gotta grab it. I didn't even know it was out yet.
yeah, Ninja Gaiden collection came out already.
I mean, I have all of them, but you know, I have them all as individual games. So, and it's gonna be running $60, right?
I
For
believe
all
so.
three of them. They're gonna
That's
really
fair.
find me. They're really gonna make me pay $60 for games I already own.
I mean, technically, you're paying $20 a game. So $20 is for a remaster. That's what I told myself when I bought the Mass Effect Ultimate Collection, which I was gonna get
Hmm.
regardless. But it's essentially $20 a game. Would you pay $20 for a full remaster? Yeah, I would. And
Yeah.
that's what you're doing.
Yeah, they lost the original coding, so they had to do Ninja Gaiden Sigma for the first one.
Oh, and
Oh
I guess yeah,
no.
you get all the you get all the costumes too. So I guess that's worth it.
But you had booty. You gotta earn them, bro.
Yeah.
You
No, no,
can't
no.
just
The
get them from
DLC
the
costume. No,
beginning.
the DLC costumes. DLC costume.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah, you can
listen,
earn the
man,
DLC
is
ones.
that
Yeah.
look at Lunar? Okay, my favorite weapon in the. That's what I'm talking about. Use that
Hmm.
Lunar staff. Yeah, buddy.
And
Okay.
then you get to play
I'm.
with all the characters too. Yeah, because in
All
two
the
they had
female
more
characters.
characters you can play with. Yeah.
Listen,
So,
ain't nobody but Ryu Hayabusa. You understand? Okay.
yo,
None of these
Ayane
people, man.
though,
Nah.
yo, Ayane, bro, though, like she's a beast to play with. So and so is Momoji. Yeah, she's definitely um good to play with too. It's all female characters, all fan service. So yeah, they have a deluxe edition. What does that come with, or is
Uh,
that just what it's called?
no,
Oh, it comes with the art book.
yeah, and soundtrack.
Oh, and soundtrack. That's not bad.
And the
Yeah.
deluxe edition, permadeath is real in real life. So if you
Hmm.
die in real
Hmm.
life.
I wonder if I should just get
Wait,
it.
what?
He said you die in real life.
So get ready for the ride. Nah.
I wonder how much it is on Steam. But I don't want to play it on PC or. Oh, it's
No,
not.
no,
Why
no,
not?
no. Okay, you bet.
Why not?
What
It's $40
what controller
actually.
you got for PC?
I have an Xbox controller. See?
Or since they lost the original coding, you can get it for the PlayStation since it's the PlayStation games.
I got a Mogi controller too. Use that.
I'm
Are
just
you
saying,
trying?
man. Whatever you plan on, you gonna burn it. You gonna break that damn controller. I don't know if you remember, bro,
No,
but man,
dog. I just beat three. I'm still playing three. Like there's this section where I cannot get past it at all. I'm a live stream it. I'm a definitely live stream it. And then you and but only reason I say that is to get it on PC because that's the only way I can share it with people, or at least with my friends. So, um, but I
that's fair.
can't because I don't have you don't have an Xbox or anything like that. So, but I can always bring my Xbox over if you want to. Actually, you know what? I have an extra Xbox.
Mm.
So I could bring it over, and you could keep it there for a little bit if you want to play it. 'Cause it's on Xbox One, so I'll probably get it for
I
Xbox
can,
One.
or I can steal my daughter's
Oh yeah, yeah. There you go.
because
Yeah,
she got an
just and
Xbox
just
One in hers.
yeah, and just sign. You could just sign me in, or I could add you guys to my family, and you could just download it. So that's how that
So,
works.
but nah, I wouldn't steal hers because she busy playing. She busy playing Citadel and
Minecraft.
Minecraft, lots of
Hmm.
Minecraft.
Yeah, like I said, based on what we just saw there, and based on what they're doing now with Final Fantasy, I don't think Team Ninja got that experience with graphics for updated systems. So,
Yeah,
Don't seem
I
like it.
can see that. I can
yeah,
see that.
so
All right. All right. So other than that, you got any other news, Aaron?
mm, Battlefield 2042 looks amazing.
Oh yeah, Battlefield 2042. Let's look that up.
Both
I got
Battle,
something, but it's gonna be short and sweet. And this is me. This is a me and Aaron thing that I'm talking about. It's funny.
Let's look that up. All right. So what's up with Battlefield 2042? Where is this going to be set at?
all over, 128 players, no campaign, strictly multiplayer.
Hmm. I thought you said there was aliens involved with this one.
No, that's Rainbow Six.
Oh, it's Rainbow Six. My bad. My bad. So
Yeah,
they're basically going the route of Warzone and every other game that's going out, making it a battle royale. 128 players, and you're on teams and you and see who has ever the best team that comes out. This is the future of first person shooters, or we're in the future of first person shooters.
hmm if I was Call of Duty, I'd probably be worried too because this is coming out. Then Halo Infinite's in November. It's just, yeah, that's probably why I haven't seen any announcements or anything from Activision because
Hmm.
they have to do something. They have to put out something to turn people away from Halo and Battlefield at this point.
The thing is, Activision is was kind of have been in the back seat for a long time now, and I think we should probably make another episode about the downfall of Activision because yeah, they're not doing great as a company, period. So um, hopefully they can come out with a game that can put them back on a map, but they are just a cash grab company that doesn't care about the players, it just cares about money. So unfortunately.
Pretty much like EA Sports. That's a different topic. The crap they pulled with
Hmm.
that in 22.
Hmm. Yeah, but yeah, this looks great, man. And this is actually going to be on Game Pass, so I get to play this day one.
I mean, a remote control car into a helicopter.
Yeah,
Now this
that's
part's
gonna be
cool.
fun.
Yeah, here it goes. Like, nope, not gonna make it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just like every other mechanic. Instead of and they give you a wingsuit instead of you just flying in. That's a Apex thing too. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Mhm.
And when does this come out?
I believe in October.
Yeah, October 22nd, 2021. Battlefield 2042.
Yeah, and
Looks like.
this is actually no, you actually buying this. That's not like Warzone. Warzone's free. This isn't.
Oh, I thought this is. Oh no, Battlefield's not a Xbox exclusive, right?
That's EA. Yeah, no.
It's. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Damn, I thought it was gonna be on Game Pass, but oh no, no,
Technically, it
EA Play.
is.
No,
If you
it'll be on EA Play Pro, so I won't have to pay for it. So because I pay for that subscription too. As many of my subscriptions that I have for gaming, and I hardly play games. So yeah. So yeah. Any other games? Martez, you said you had something.
It's not a game. It's just a reveal. Uh,
Oh, okay.
for Smash,
Oh,
oh,
the
oh,
newest Smash character.
yeah,
Kazuya Mishima.
yeah.
So
Ultimate Cos.
while you loading that up, I just want to say something about Smash fans.
Hmm.
What's wrong with y'all? And I and this is and my question is this. Okay, Smash is a real fighting game. That's why I said tournaments and Evo and stuff. Well, you need to treat us like a fighting game. Okay. Hey, let's add some fighting game characters in there. That'll raise the validity if it's a fighting game. Why are so many fighting game characters coming to Smash? Because it's a fighting game,
And you
right?
and you literally asked for it.
Hmm.
You asked for it.
Hmm. And
Now,
I
I
now
do
you bring in
admit
characters.
I would have
Hmm.
preferred Hi but his licensing is funny because
Hmm.
I don't think they were able to get him directly because of
Plus,
everything else that he showed up in.
they wanted to be different too. Hayachi was in the last Smash, I believe.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
what?
Yeah, for Wii U.
Well,
Hmm.
I am so happy because
Oh,
this
they
trailer
threw
is
an Easter
hilarious.
egg in here. They threw an Easter egg in here. Look at this. Wait, the overhead. Where is it? Is it next right there? That's an Easter egg.
Yep.
Oh, yep.
That's an
Ding
Easter
ding.
egg. Hmm.
Get out of here, Ken.
But
Excuse
yeah,
me.
this is
What's in hit combo? What's in hit
so
combo?
your boy James, my son,
Foul
he's
punch.
really a big fan of this game. I think you could probably get
Get
him
your ass out of here.
with Kazuya.
Nope.
Get out of here.
Ooh, is that his ultimate?
Yes. I
Wow.
don't know.
Oh. No, I think he has like a Sheik like ability where he can change between Devil and Kazuya.
Mm,
I think I like that better than that being a smash. Oh, never mind.
Wait a
there he
minute.
goes.
That's right.
Kiachi's already in it.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot it. That looks like a final smash to me.
Wow. Yeah, that's very good. Hold on, is it times Tekken? Like, are they bringing more Tekken characters? Oh, Pearl Kirby.
No, it,
It
it, it
He
shouldn't
just
mean
won a
nothing though.
Source.
should fly right back up. Is he gonna fly right back up? There you go.
Yep. It's like what the
Yeah, Kirby's my favorite Smash character.
you
So
Hmm.
he's
guys.
That's a
also
lot.
my favorite Nintendo character.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
you
What'd you
know,
think?
like you said, I'll come through and put James through his paces
James
with
be kicking
Kirby.
butt in that game, man. He be kicking butt in that game.
Yeah, he gonna see.
As much as I love the guest characters, I will stick to Luigi. It's just something about Luigi that always be the main character.
If we talking guest characters, even though he's heavy as hell, I love Cloud.
Hmm.
Mm.
I just love the way he plays. He's
Yeah,
heavy,
because
so
they
you
put
better stay away
Sephiroth in
from
the
the
game
edge.
too. You know they put Sephiroth in Smash too, right?
Yep. And
Yeah. Cloud
like
was like,
always,
no.
like in everything, he's OP.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, they definitely have a whole bunch of characters now on Smash instead of making a new game. They're just adding DLC characters to it, which is great. You know.
Which is how I think that should be the wave of the future. Not with
Hmm.
like everything, but with franchises that don't have much variance between, things like your Maddens, like your 2Ks
Hmm.
and stuff. Stop
Hmm.
making brand new games every year. Make one
Hmm.
good platform and patch it
Yeah,
regularly. Update
and you got
graphic
update the
updates.
graphics. Right.
Update the graphics, update the roster, especially with
Hmm.
a Madden or a 2K. Just update the
Hmm.
damn team rosters when they
Hmm.
change. It's
Hmm.
easy. It's not
Hmm.
hard, but
Hmm. I say come out with a game every 5 years rather than coming out with one every year.
Hmm.
agree even because you worried about money, but you still making money because you
Right.
saving money on having to make a AAA title every year.
When they don't make money off base games anyway, they make money off DLC and the pack and the card packs and all that other stuff, the in-game currency. So you
Hmm
might as well just do it that way.
Yeah, it's like Matt. I mean, it's egregious what they're doing. That's just not right. I mean, between one of the main changes that they updated the ending cinematic when you win the Super Bowl, made changes to how you make how you get your coaches. It's like coaches they had coach changes and suggestions in NCAA years ago. You're just bringing it back.
Right. And not just that, like you said on the change log for this year is that they just updated the Super Bowl celebration. That's all
And
they did.
what the coaches, yeah, and the coaching change, bringing that back with how the updating and
So
getting
it's the
new
same
coaches.
game, and you just put two things on it, and then put in do the photo shoot for the new cover. That's it.
Yeah, no, that's never changed. Two athletes on one cover now. So
Yo,
you get
man,
double the Madden curse now.
EA is getting too. I can't wait till 2K comes out with another NFL game and an NCAA game because they got the rights back. So now they were going to have to light a fighter under their butt because it's they're getting too comfortable. They're
Mm-mm-mm.
getting too comfortable. 2K was too comfortable for a little bit too, but Live tried to EA NBA Live tried to come back, but it just wasn't great. But 2K is getting very comfortable with
Yeah,
themselves too. So,
unfortunate because live used to be my jam.
hmm
Yep, your cover athletes is Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady on the same cover, so you get double the Madden curse this
they
year.
already had, yeah, both of them has already been on the cover. So,
Yeah, but they're on it together now at the same time.
yeah, okay. It seems like they recycled those photos too. Like they didn't even get them. They didn't even come back for a new photo shoot. It was like, oh, we got these pictures. Just change the jersey. There you go. We got it. Oh
Mm,
god. Well,
any-
well, well. I
Anyone
guess
who
with that.
buys, hmm
Oh, go
I was
ahead.
just gonna say, whoever buys Madden 22, the joke's on you. Enough's
Uh,
enough at this point.
yeah, I guess with that we will end the episode because yeah, not that's you can't get more depressing than that. So thank you guys for watching. Remember, we're here live every Saturday morning on YouTube and on Facebook, like a 90s morning cartoon. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe wherever you're watching YouTube. Hit the thumbs up button, comment, let us know how you feel about the episode. You have any questions you want us to answer. You can also live chat with us on Facebook if you are watching us live. We are on all streaming platforms for your listening pleasure. And make sure you guys tune in next week around 10 o'clock. We try to be on time, or just stick around and we will be there eventually, or just we also post on the Facebook page when a new episode's going up to YouTube. All right. So with that, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.